G'day there, podcaster. What a boys' show this podcast is. Belle, she is having a sick day today. She's at some fancy dinner, but it was a great one. We did hold up your digital sign or audio sign. I really enjoyed that. Thought it might have been a bit messy, but it went pretty well. Also, we had one of the best second chance talkbacks in a long time, and there's just a little bit of life news at the start of it.
It's like a teensy bit. Blink and you'll miss it.
Previously on Ben, Liam and Belle.
I stumbled across my dad's stash going through his iPad, video recordings of on the TV. Sorry, adult content.
The most dad thing ever.
And now, live across Australia, this is Ben, Liam and Belle.
That would have been the worst because you just hear your dad sort of breathing through his nose on the iPad as he's recording.
On over.
Good evening, Australia. There must be something in the water tonight because it's a boys' show for us too, Liam.
It's a boys' show. Ricky was away, so was Belle, so just Ben and myself this evening.
Now, I thought, Liam, if I may, start the show with a riddle.
Oh, I love a riddle.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just going to be you playing the riddle, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure you're descriptive because it's a visual riddle.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's that?
That is an orange.
Okay, and what is the riddle? Can you figure it out? It's tough, I'll give you that.
yeah, I mean, no kidding. My head went to orange door hinge. M&M.
No, it's not that. I'll give you another clue.
Okay. Okay, now it's just a segment of an orange.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to be the team manager for Freddie's footy team? You'd like me to be like the...
Not correct, but...
So, because I could probably cut it up for the kids.
Yeah, I'll give you one more clue.
Yep.
This one, I'm hoping this one will give it away. Otherwise, I've got like one more clue.
Yeah, okay, yep. Okay, it's now you've eaten the orange.
Mm-hmm. And what are you seeing, though, with the orange peel?
Like teeth?
Yeah. And what do you do with that?
You eat the peel?
No, you put it in your mouth.
Okay, yeah.
Like the Godfather.
Oh!
You're going to be a Godfather again, mate.
I'm so happy for you. Can I take the orange out?
You can take the orange
I'll take
out.
the orange peel out. Because I wasn't thinking of the Francis Ford Coppola series, The Godfather, when you were throwing fruit at me.
Yeah.
Mate, congratulations!
Thanks, mate. So, yeah, if you didn't know, I've got one son, Freddie, my wife Sam and I, and now she's 12 weeks pregnant with our second child.
Oh,
Liam
mate.
is the Godfather for Freddie.
Yeah.
You can be the Godfather again.
That's
if you want.
really good news.
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd snag the role again because
Yeah.
I've done such a good job with Freddie. We have a really close relationship.
We haven't done anything, but...
We've done a fair bit, guys.
You haven't done anything.
Yeah. Well, I hang out with him at night when you guys go to sleep. That's when his Godfather taps on his window and I do silly faces and that sort of thing.
I was thinking, because obviously Belle isn't here because it's a boys' show.
Yeah, of course. And great. I'm glad you've been holding it for 12 weeks and you decided to do it on the night that she's away. Yeah.
Is it funny
Yes.
if we just don't ever tell her?
That is kind of funny. Yeah.
See how long?
Well, yeah, like we should sort of. I don't know. Would this make the Daily Mail? Could we forward her the?
Well,
the
I don't
link?
know. We'll just see how long we can go, and if it comes out, it comes out. She'll be like,
Okay,
what?
so like,
And then she'll go, how long did you know? And you go, I've known for weeks, Belle.
yeah, okay. So this, if you listen to our show,
Yeah.
don't say anything about it.
Let's see how long
I actually
we can
like
keep
that,
it. Yeah.
and let's not put this in the podcast.
All right.
You're listening to Young Kings, Ben and Liam. Oh, yeah, Belle's there too.
Second chance, second chance, second chance. Second chance, talk back. Second chance. On your radio. Second chance.
This is the part of the week where we look back at all the phoners we've done and we take a few more calls on 13 24 10. We did some good ones this week. How out of control did the party get? There was that guy who was so drunk he woke up in Pakistan.
That, I reckon, was my favourite call all week.
We did Tell Us Something Your Mum Doesn't Know. That was a great one. We also had some ones that didn't fire, like Belle's one has something from a movie happen to you. No calls for that.
13 24 10 is our number if you want to give us a buzz, just like Tom has done. Tom, you're calling for how did the one night stand come back into your life?
I had a one-night stand, and then 2 months later I had to get the old boys checked out. Had a bit of pain going on down there, and it happened to be the same lovely lady that I had to go see.
Oh, okay. So you ended up having a one-night stand with, like, the doctor?
Yes, correct.
Gee whiz. And so she was obviously familiar with the tackle. You know, she knew where everything was, where the spare key was and that sort of thing. So did she give you a good diagnosis? Was everything okay?
Yeah, she did, but she said nothing had grown. But, yeah, everything ended up being all right, but I was expecting a bit of compliments on that side. But...
Yeah, right. So, yeah, she's good to see you again. Small penis, obviously. Remember that from last time. Good stuff. But, yep, you should be good to go. Just go and check them out. Yeah, we'll get a few scans and some bloods, but you should be fine.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Georgie in Adelaide joins us now. You dated someone before they were famous.
I used to Snapchat and text Chet Faker.
You mean
he's
Chet
the guy-
Faker?
Chet Faker. He did Talk Is Cheap.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying it really weird. Chet Faker?
Did I say
You're
it
saying
right?
like Chet Faker. You're saying, we're very familiar with Chet Faker for sure, but yeah.
It's my bad phone quality. I'm
No.
so sorry.
Oh, no, don't
And
blame
my,
that.
My best friend at the time also made out with him, so that was top tier.
Imagine that, macking on with Chet Faker. We're joined now by Shane in Brizzy. Mate, the weirdest place you've done it in.
My wife and I were in Egypt, in Giza, and we went up the top of this apartment block overlooking the pyramids for the light show, and there was like washing on the line of the locals, and while we were watching the show, we did it there watching the laser show on the pyramid.
You could see the Sphinx and you could see the sphincter.
Oh, Shane's having it.
After BAFTA, it's the Ben Liam and Belle podcast.
We were doing a second chance talkback just before, and we heard from Shane in Brizzy, who had a session overlooking the pyramids of Giza.
Mm-hmm.
And so more people have been calling up for weirdest thing you've done it in. And I reckon we've already had about 30 calls on that this week. But I'm also thinking, Ben, it's a Friday, skeleton staff, Belle's not here. Do we just take more calls?
Absolutely, I agree. It's a Friday night. Let's get stuck into it.
Why not? John joins us now. Weirdest thing you've done it on?
On a quad bike. We got a family property down in northern New South Wales, and the wife and I went for a little bit of a ride to check the fence line. And, got a bit frisky, and so on the back of a quad bike.
Yeah, on all fours, eh?
John, was it moving or not moving?
Oh, no, it was stationary, but we weren't.
Yeah. Anon is here in Brizzy. What's the weirdest thing you've done it in?
Yeah, did it in a wheelbarrow.
In a bar. Yeah, right. Yeah, were you doing some landscaping at the time, or?
No, you were just straight in. We went there for some sunset drinks, and, one thing led to another. I ended up in a wheelbarrow.
Were you doing it in a wheelbarrow, or were you doing the wheelbarrow?
Or doing the wheelbarrow in a wheelbarrow?
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been good.
Ben joins us now. What's the weirdest place you've done it in?
On a public bus.
Oh, come on, man. Was it at night at least, or?
No, it was like late afternoon, just going down Glenelg.
Where were you sitting on the bus?
I was at the back of the bus.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, weird if you're next to the driver at the front.
Was it a bumpy ride, Ben?
It wasn't too bumpy, actually. It was quite good. A bit bumpy at the back.
Yeah, rock and roll, man. Do you get charged extra on your Metro card if you get caught doing it in the back?
Maybe it was free because the bus driver was watching.
Yeah, maybe. Gabby, weirdest thing you've done it in?
In the water under a houseboat, hanging onto the edge.
Oh, was that in a river, I'm assuming, if it's a houseboat?
Yeah, in the Murray River, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Murray River.
Pretty mucky water there, isn't it? Like, even your mum's like, be careful, don't fall off the donut. You don't want to get that water in your ears. And you're in there just sloshing around, holding onto the houseboat.
Oh, Gabby.
Good Lord.
From one donut to the next. Vanessa, tell us, where's the weirdest thing you've done it in?
On a train with the train driver as he was driving.
Whoa! Did you know the train driver?
I had just met him. Don't judge me, I was young.
Oh, that's worse, actually.
Did you ask or did he invite you?
He invited me.
How does that happen? Like, that is unfathomable.
Wow.
That a train driver was like, tickets, please. Also want to come up the front?
The Ben Liam and Belle podcast. It's very nice. I can't even... I think I'll leave the impressions to Liam.
You know how we were talking about Courtney Cox, Monica from Friends, how she's in Sydney. Yesterday we were like, oh, what's she doing here? Weird. Well, the update is she's emceeing a friend's wedding in Australia. And I thought that's really good because obviously we know Courtney Cox as a famous actor, but she's broadening out into a different market. And I was thinking we should do that because we're just very radio. That's all we do. And I was thinking we should be emceeing stuff, be out. I mean, not specifically you and I, but like I was thinking maybe Belle. That would be a really good opportunity for her.
It's a great idea
because she's at this fancy dinner this evening. Actually, she's left us to do the show by ourselves for this. She's got a fancy fashion dinner. But I was thinking, with her blessing, what a perfect time to launch this.
Are you looking for an energetic professional MC for your next function? Well, look no further because Belle Jackson is ready to work.
I'm here to cater to your every need.
Whether you're hosting an elegant gala, a lively conference, or an unforgettable birthday bash, Belle Jackson will bring the energy.
I sure will.
From weddings and corporate events to bar mitzvahs and funerals, Belle does it all. And the best bit is...
I work for free.
Wow, that's incredible. But Belle, can you deliver the perfect balance of professionalism and fun every single time?
Yes, I can.
Can you guarantee seamless transitions and problem solving on the fly?
Yes, I can.
What about executing tailored comedy routines for every occasion?
Yes, I can.
Who can? Belle Jackson.
I like the sign off.
You've heard it from her mouth there. She can do pretty much anything when it comes to emceeing.
Question, was that her like in the past saying stuff or was that AI?
I don't know what AI is.
Okay.
So I don't know why you asked that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, that was Belle. That was Belle saying that stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so she's very clearly eager to work, and we were thinking maybe we could drum up some jobs this evening, So then when she comes in on Monday, we say, hey, guess what? What are you doing in April? You're emceeing Alyssa's wedding. 13, 24, 10. If you've got an event, like a birthday or something coming up, maybe it's like a big work thing and you need someone who's really handy behind a mic, well, Belle is your person.
Could even be like if you work on a farm and you got to clean out the chicken sheds or like...
Right, okay.
It doesn't matter what it is.
So it doesn't just have to be emceeing.
No,
I didn't have that in my ad, but yeah, it can be anything, I suppose, yeah.
If you need Belle, 13, 24, 10.
George, you're in Adelaide. What can Belle do for you?
Hey, boys. I'm flying into Melbourne in 3 weeks' time on Friday, I think, and I'd really love if Belle could pick me up from the airport and drop me off at my hotel.
Right, yeah. So as I said, I was sort of saying emceeing services. Ben was saying, hey, if you want to clean out chicken coops and that sort of thing. So you're looking for a driver who obviously has, can sort of spin a yarn and keep you entertained for how long's the journey? Like half hour?
I don't know, by car. I normally have to catch the Sky Bus, but it'd be nice to have some mints and water in the back. And I'm flying a Jetstar flight, so if we can swing by the Macca's drive-thru on the way through, it'd be great.
Locked in. George, you send us the dates, and we have got a driver for you. Jade in Melbourne, what can Belle do for you?
Hey, guys. So I have a tornado toddler who is, wanting to get his independence and learn how to get into a car seat by himself, obviously not buckle himself in. We help with all of that. But I could really use her help getting him, or teaching him how to obviously get in nicely and maybe even just drive him around to de-escalate him.
Yeah, she could even do like the full nanny service. So she could probably like cook, clean, take the child to the park.
Yeah, well, I think the fancy term is au pair.
Well, au pair is if they live at your house.
Well, she could live at your house, Jade. She could do that. Where do you live?
You
don't have to be specific, but like what sort of region of Melbourne?
Reservoir.
Oh, beautiful spot. Yeah,
so far away from where she lives.
We'll get Belle to move in with you.
Perfect.
Oh, well, how good's that? That business is booming here. So many jobs for Belle this evening while she's at her fancy dinner. Vicky, what can Belle do for you?
I need her to sit with my son, who's 6, and do homework with him.
Okay, what type of homework is he struggling with?
Just year 1 homework, readers, sight words, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Because Belle's relocating to Reservoir in the next couple of weeks, are you sort of close to that, or?
I'm in Adelaide, so
You're in Adelaide, okay. So,
I'm very far from her.
Vicky, if we're getting her to come over and help with the Year 1 homework, anything else she could do?
Yes, so next weekend, my best friend is getting married and the MC's just pulled out. So while she's here, she can MC as well.
I'm sure, and she can just be doing maths homework with your kid whilst the speeches are happening and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
lovely, Vicky. Look, we should probably get some vocal confirmation from Belle just to make sure she's happy with all of this. I've just punched her number in. Belle, are you keen for these jobs?
And for free as well. Should be fun.
Yes, well, no pricing was mentioned, but yeah, that is kind of you to do it for free. That's great of you.
Look over there. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Balrog. Oh, no, it's just Ben, Liam and Belle. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
It's Nova with Ben, Liam and Belle across Australia. And on Friday nights, we love doing gory stories.
Ben, Liam and Belle's
Gory Stories.
The gorier the better. Make us squirm this evening.
13 24 10 is our number. As an example of what we love, I will always remember this story. A lady called us and said her dad was a farmer and he had a pressure cleaner.
Yeah.
And he was pressure cleaning the shed. The water jet hit him in the eye somehow. The eye popped out, was hanging on by the socket. She said he could see the ground still because it was connected, and he pushed it back in. I love that story so much.
Wild. I mean, that is the bar. They don't all have to be that good, but that is like that's the best we've ever had. Put it that way.
13 24 10 is our number. We have got a pack of Coco Loco only available at Dan Murphy's online to give away. It's alcoholic sparkling coconut water, a perfect Friday night prize. So 13 24 10. Brooke joins us now. Tell us about your gory story.
When I was 9, I was playing a game on the back of a parked car with my mum's friend's son, and he pulled my legs and I slid off, and as I landed on the ground, my arm kind of bounced out, my elbow shattered, and like inside the skin went up onto the other side of my arm. Yeah.
I don't really understand.
What happened? Did your arm just fold back like a deck chair?
Well, no, it kind of just smashed on the ground, and it then went inside the skin but formed into kind of like a lump on the other side. So when my mum
so like your elbow went through your arm and came out the other side, essentially. Like
pretty much, but not. It didn't come through the skin, but you could see it.
Yeah.
And they had to get in the top surgeon at like midnight at the Women's and Children's Hospital and basically tell him if he didn't come in that I could lose my arm. So yeah, it was pretty full on.
Oh man, and also imagine being that guy, like, because you obviously work so hard and you get paid well to be the top surgeon, but like if you're really tired, like, hey, this kid's gonna.
Well, he was on maternity leave.
You know, and he's going.
Yeah,
the footy's on.
It was crazy.
Like, I can't do all of them. You know.
Thanks, Brooke. Michelle in Melbourne joins us now. What's yours?
Good afternoon. Yeah, my gory story is my brother was around about 10 years old, was walking along a corrugated iron fence, jumped down, ran into my mother. My mother pulled up his short leg, and what I could only describe was a thick bit of chunky steak that flipped up in my mother's face, and she could see right down to the bone.
A chunky bit of steak in my mother's face.
Exactly, but the worst thing was I had to hold this bloody thing, flip it in my hand all the way to the hospital, to the emergency department.
Michelle, hold your brother's chunky leg steak.
He could do the same for you, Michelle.
Oh, stop vomiting.
Oh, you're such a drama queen. Oh, that's so raw. Cheryl, what about you? You've got a gory story.
I do indeed. A couple of years ago, my 4-year-old daughter decided to go on her bike down the driveway. She was always told not to go down it because it's quite steep, so she decided not to listen to her parents. Got on the bike, went down the driveway, lost control, crashed into the tree on the nature strip, and the handlebar lodged into her leg, into her thigh. She actually had to wedge it out, and when she wedged it out, she had a 20-centimetre gash. She could see right down to the bone, and all the subcutaneous fat was hanging out.
Yeah, the 4-year-old didn't cry, but the 6-year-old at the time was in absolute stitches. We had to make a dash for the ED to get her stitched up.
Oh, of course. That's just like a, the last caller was steak. Yours is more like a little chicken fillet popping out. But that is just, it's still, you just want your leg to stay in the skin.
It always blows me away how every week we do this, and every week there's always more gory stories.
Yeah. The bar always seems to be raised.
13 24 10 is our number. Give us a buzz if you've got a gory story. Kylie joins us now. What's your gory story?
My gory story is about my brother. He was about 20 years old when he and his friends decided to ride a go-kart around the local netball court. And he went over a garden edge, which was made of timber, and it went up under his thighs and into his leg and out through his stomach. I know, right? He had a dog at the time, and his dog was very protective of him, and he wouldn't allow paramedics assist. He had to be taken off the go-kart with his leg straight, and he was airlifted to a hospital in Melbourne. It was so touch and go there for a while that we actually had a priest come in and pray with us to make sure, that he was going to be okay. It missed all of his vital organs, thankfully.
Oh, my God.
Lord.
So lucky that it missed all his vitals. Obviously, the pit bull ripped through the vitals of all the paramedics on the scene. So that was unfortunate. There was 3 casualties, but I'm glad your brother is okay.
I bet you can't keep a mewing streak for this whole podcast.
Whether you love him, whether you hate him, you can't ignore Drake being here in the country right now.
I know when that hotline blink.
When he's not throwing his sandals at drones above his Sydney penthouse, he seems to be giving a lot of cash to people in the audience.
Well, to get you up to speed, whenever he's doing his live shows here, it started with a couple of signs. People were saying things on the signs, and then he was giving these people cash. We had one on the show where she said, Drake, please do my baby's gender reveal.
Yeah.
He did it. Then he gave her $50K cash.
And that's the thing. It'll normally be that they'll come in with something like, Drake, do you like my new shoes? And then they're hoping that he'll go, love the new kicks, man. $20K for you and your family.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, ah!
Well, people are just flat out asking for money now on their signs. I took a screenshot from a video at his concert last night, I believe, and the signs have got absolutely out of hand.
It's kind of like that thing of the first couple of times, it's really cool.
Yep.
But now if everyone's got a sign and everyone's expecting the money, it's not as good.
These are actual signs from his latest show. People are holding these up, shoving them in his face. Need money for bachelorette party.
No, you don't.
My mum needs a new bikini.
I mean, that is kind of that is kind of a funny one. I like how that one's clearly written to throw him off a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'm reading these exactly how they were written.
Yeah.
Please help me buy a car, man. I like that one a lot. Please,
straight shooter.
Please pay our dog's vet bill.
I bet they don't even have a dog.
Papi. That's how it says Papi. It says, Papi, help pay off my mum's mortgage. Another one says, fly me to Greece. This one said, I got hit by a car and I left the hospital to be here today.
No, you didn't. It's so funny because Champagne Pappy, he'd be doing his Nita Maxwin tour. He's singing all the hits. He's walking around, and he's probably scanning across the room, looking at all the signs, going how much is left on that mortgage? I don't know. Trip to Greece. Yeah, I suppose we could get cheap midweek flights. He's probably just trying to work out what's financially best for him.
Now look, Drake obviously is well off, got a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we're a radio station.
Yeah.
We've also got a bit of money lying
we're
around.
The original Drake,
So we thought 13 24 10, hold up your audio sign.
Yep.
So think about it right now, we are Drake. You call 13 24 10, hold up an audio sign. We'll read it. We might give you something.
Yep, and double points if you refer to us as Pappy.
Absolutely. Walking around, looking for signs.
Oh, yeah, you're all looking sexy out there tonight, Australia. Oh, who have we got at the back? It's a little hard to see. Laurie in Melbourne. What does your sign say?
My sign says, please pay for my flute tuition.
Flute tuition?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's music.
Can I ask, I'm curious, what does a flute tuition cost?
$400.
Okay.
All right, okay. Well, we're musicians too, and we're big believers in the industry, so we'll keep that in mind.
Down the front here, Bree in Sydney. What's your sign say?
Mine says, please pay for some new underwear. Postpartum 3 babies.
All right. I thought it was because you'd thrown them up on stage, but obviously...
They're really, really expensive underwear.
Okay, some nice ones.
After the $400 flute tuition.
All right, okay, all right. So
You heard that the other one was a bit more expensive and you got a little bit greedy.
All
Okay.
right, I see. All right. Hey, you there, Margaret in Sydney. What does your sign say?
Sorry, Margaret, it's really loud. We can't
This
hear
concert
you.
is going off. We can't hear you. You're too far back. We're going to have to move on to Tom. What does your sign say, mate?
Lads, I just love for you to pay for a night out for the boys. That would be good. Please.
Yeah, I mean, Tom,
All right.
you sound like you could send it, so that might be expensive.
Yeah. How expensive is it for the boys?
If you shout a few of the boys a couple of beers, I reckon maybe 600.
All right. So I was sort of hoping it would be less than flute tuition, but you went 200 over. You may have done yourself a disservice there, but I like you, Tom. I like your attitude. Adam in Sydney, put that sign up nice and high so we can see it. What does it say?
Kendrick said you're too much of a bitch to pay my mortgage.
Okay, they're getting a little spicier.
Yeah, and if I was Champagne Pappy, that would upset me. But of course, we're radio pappies. We're not actually Drake.
There is so many signs. Let's get one more sign. Marie in Melbourne, what's yours say?
Mine says, help me pay for my wedding decorations, my flowers.
Okay, weddings can be
They're
expensive.
very, very expensive. I think we get the mum the knickers. I think that's what we do.
I agree.
Yeah! Ben and Liam Pappy.
You're on Nova.
W's in the chat for this pod.
It's Dua Lipa on Nova with Ben, Liam and Belle. Belle is not here tonight. She is away, so it's just a boys' show, Liam and I.
We should explain, though, Belle is actually at a fancy event. And she's on hold at the minute, so she can't hear us. And maybe if you just tuned in, you would have missed Ben's big announcement earlier in the show.
Yeah, so I told all of Australia and Liam that I'm having a second child. I've got Freddie, my son. He's going to be 2 when the new baby's born. So my wife Sam and I, very excited. And I told Liam the news at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was really nice, emotional moment. It is also very funny that you chose the one show. It does feel like it's a bit of a punishment, the fact that Belle, she's sort of gallivanting at this fancy dinner and she's left us to it this evening. And I feel like you've done it as a bit of a punishment and I back it.
Knowing Belle, she would hate that she wasn't here for the moment.
So angry.
So
and
we thought...
we might have to wait another couple of years if you decide to have a third child.
Yeah. So we were thinking... we could get her on now to tell her the news that she's missed.
Yeah, initially we were saying, wouldn't it be funny if just no one tells her? But she will find out.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be nice to break it to her. So we'll take her off hold. I believe she's here now. Hey Belle, how's your fancy dinner going?
Well, I'm a few champagnes deep, so what's up?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I know. Classic you drunk on air.
Did you hear any of the show, Belle?
Why would I hear any of the show? I've been in the grand ballroom of the governor's house.
Yeah, well, I would have thought you would have had at least one headphone in listening to the show. I mean, we've had some great bits.
So
Let me guess. Second chance talkback? Gory stories.
We did do second chance
we did
talkback.
both of those things, yes.
We did Gory stories. I announced Sam was pregnant. We talked about
what
Drake
the
for a bit.
hell?
Huh?
What the hell? Why would you do that?
Why would I get Sam pregnant again? Because we wanted to start a family and grow the family.
Seems like a logical thing to do.
Why would you do
Why would I do it when you weren't on the show?
that? I hate you so much.
Well, Belle, you're in that big fancy ballroom. We're just embracing a nice life moment here.
You could have picked any other day. You could have picked any other day. And you picked today. It's not like she's pregnant for one day. She's pregnant for 9 months, and you could pick any day to tell me that.
We did call to tell you.
I hate you.
Wow.
Well, have a champagne for Sam because she can't have one for a few months, okay?
Well, whose fault is it?
All right, Belle, we'll let you get back to your big fancy ballroom.
Hang on. No, wait.
No, we're having a really nice... No more questions. We're having a really nice show here.
We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
I hate you.
See ya.
Bye.
If you've got any questions, just write them down and I can answer them on Monday.
You.
Oh! As a couple of champagnes and the radio handbook gets tossed out.
And that's it.
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.